The medical bay of the Twilight Wanderer hummed with the soft glow of bioluminescent panels as Dr. Vexlar, the ship's Crithian physician, completed his examination of Caroline Martinez. The human sat on the diagnostic table, her arm still tender from the plasma conduit explosion that had rocked engineering 3 hours earlier. Your cellular regeneration is proceeding adequately, Vexlar announced, his chitinous mandibles clicking with what Caroline had learned to recognize as satisfaction. However, you must rest for the next 48 cycles. No strenuous activity. Your species may heal remarkably fast, but even humans have limits. Caroline groaned. Doc, we're 2 days from the Helix Nebula. I need to recalibrate the absolutely not. Vexlar's 4 eyes narrowed in unison. Engineer Leonardo has already been briefed. He will handle the recalibrations. You will rest. Before Caroline could protest further, a blur of orange and white fur launched itself from the ventilation shaft above. The ship's unofficial mascot, a Felixian cub named Pip, landed gracefully on the medical cart, his oversized ears twitching with mischief. Pip hear everything, the cub announced in his broken but enthusiastic galactic common. Human Caroline need rest. Pip help, Dr. Vexlar sighed, a sound like wind through hollow reeds. Young one, this is a medical facility. You should not be, but Pip had already snatched the medkit from the counter with surprising dexterity, his small paws clutching it protectively against his fluffy chest. His golden eyes gleamed with determination. Only Pip can administer Scritches, he declared solemnly. Human needs special Felixian healing touch. Is science. Caroline couldn't help but laugh, which made her injured arm twinge. Pip, buddy, I don't think that's how medicine works. Is how it works. Pip insisted, his tail flicking indignantly. He turned to Dr. Vexlar with an expression of utmost seriousness that looked absolutely ridiculous on his kitten-like face. Pip studied. Human respond to tactile comfort. Increase oxytocin, decrease cortisol. Pip read Human Medical Database. Vexlar's mandibles clicked in what might have been amusement. The cub is not entirely incorrect. Human psychological well-being does respond positively to what they call physical affection. However, see? Pip right. The cub puffed out his small chest proudly. Doctor say rest. Pip make sure human rest. Is perfect. Before either adult could respond, the medical bay doors hissed open and Leonardo Chin strode in, his engineering uniform still smudged with carbon scoring. His dark eyes immediately found Caroline. I heard what happened. Are you okay? His concern was evident, though he tried to mask it with professional composure. I'm fine, Leo. Just a little singed. Caroline smiled at him, then gestured at the determined Felixian cub still clutching the medkit. Though apparently I've been assigned a new medical supervisor. Leonardo's serious expression cracked into a grin. Pip, are you staging a medical mutiny? Not mutiny. Is mercy mission. Pip corrected, whiskers twitching. Human Caroline saved Pip when ship attacked by Void Raiders, yes? Pip remember. She protect Pip even when scary. Now Pip protect her. The memory hung in the air between them. 3 months ago, when pirates had boarded the Twilight Wanderer, Caroline had shielded the young Felixian with her own body while Leonardo fought off the attackers. The incident had forged an unbreakable bond between the three of them. Dr. Vexlar finally relented with a resigned click. Very well, but the human must return to her quarters immediately. And Pip, no actual medical procedures. Only your Scritches. Pip promise. Best Scritches in whole galaxy. The cub's enthusiasm was infectious. Leonardo moved to Caroline's side, offering his arm for support. Come on, let's get you to your quarters before our furry friend here decides to perform surgery. As they walked through the corridors of the ship, Pip scampering ahead with the medkit bouncing against his side, Caroline leaned slightly against Leonardo. The ship's artificial gravity felt heavier than usual, and she was more exhausted than she wanted to admit. You know, Leonardo said quietly, when that conduit exploded, I thought. He didn't finish the sentence. I know, Caroline replied, understanding perfectly what he meant. They reached her quarters, and Pip immediately began arranging blankets into an elaborate nest on her bunk. The cub's small paws worked with surprising efficiency, fluffing and adjusting until he seemed satisfied. There, perfect healing nest. Human sit. Caroline obliged, settling into the surprisingly comfortable arrangement. Pip immediately hopped up beside her, his purring already starting, a deep, resonant sound that seemed far too large for his small body. Pip begin treatment now, he announced gravely, then proceeded to knead her uninjured shoulder with his soft paws while purring intensely. His ancient Felixian healing technique. Very powerful. Leonardo sat on the edge of the bunk, watching with barely contained amusement. I think you're in good paws. The best paws, Caroline agreed, already feeling the tension draining from her muscles. There was something genuinely soothing about the little Felician's ministrations, silly as the whole situation was. Pip stay all night, the cub declared. Make sure human rest properly. Leonardo can visit too. But no work talk. Only healing talk. What's healing talk? Leonardo asked. Talk about happy things. Like how brave human Caroline is. Or how smart engineer Leonardo is. Or how very handsome and helpful Pip is. They both laughed at that, and even through her exhaustion, Caroline felt warmth spreading through her chest. Here they were, millions of light years from Earth, on a ship full of aliens who had become family. A crystalline insectoid doctor who actually cared about her recovery. A brilliant engineer who looked at her like she hung the stars. And a determined little fur ball who had appointed himself her personal guardian. Maybe, Caroline thought as Pip's purring lulled her toward sleep, humans weren't the only remarkable species in the galaxy. But they had certainly become part of something remarkable together. Human closing eyes. Pip whispered loudly to Leonardo. Scritches working. Pip, very good doctor. The best doctor, Leonardo confirmed softly, his hand finding Caroline's and giving it a gentle squeeze as Caroline drifted off. She could hear Pip giving Leonardo detailed instructions on proper Scritch technique, his serious little voice declaring that all crew members must learn proper human care protocols in the vast darkness of space. Aboard a ship carrying dozens of species toward unknown horizons, three souls found comfort in the simplest of things: friendship, laughter, and the healing power of one very determined Felixian cub who believed that sometimes the best medicine was just being there for someone who needed you. And maybe, just maybe, he was right.